What's up, Scorpio? Welcome to the greenhouse. My name is Sarah. I am your growth guide for this afternoon. Let's take a look at what you're working on. Scorpio, this is going to be general, so please only take what resonates and leave what does not. I'm just here to read the cards, but only you know what is accurate and actionable in your own life, okay? Thank you, Spirit, Angels, Guides, and Ancestors for overseeing this reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Ooh, I want to dance with somebody. I want to feel the heat with somebody. Yeah, I want to dance with somebody. Somebody's getting fed up about not having a dancing partner, huh? Because I feel like that's a very sweet song, right? Like, but I feel like the way you're hitting it is like, I want to dance with somebody. Like, you know, Michael Scott, where are the turtles kind of moment. That's really funny. Scorpio, I love this because clearly you've been through something tough, right? We have the 10 of Swords here. We have the 9 of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, and then we have the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck and the 2 of Swords underneath. So something ended here. I think it was probably a significant partnership because when we have the King of Pentacles and the Queen of Pentacles, that typically means like a marriage or like a long-term commitment, something that you really thought was gonna go the distance. And I feel like you're kind of in this position of like, now what? You know, and maybe fed up, because I think this probably was like a very grounded and practical and we do these things because it's what we're supposed to do kind of connection, and you're like, fuck that, I'm done building, I want to dance with somebody, I need some fun in my life. I'm hearing like I didn't walk through hell and come out, you know, cuter to not get to celebrate that with somebody. So whatever that means, I don't know, but there's something that I'm just gonna shut up. That's that. Let's move on. Show me more what's going on for Scorpio, please. The High Priestess, the 2 of Wands. One more, please. The 3 of Swords and the Moon. So, Scorpio, I just want to give you such a big hug right now because I feel like you're coming into this reading with like balls, man. Like you really are. Like you're tough as nails, my guy. You're tough as nails. I think you want to be able to soften though, you know, because the High Priestess to the 2 of Wands, this was like an intuitive decision. Like you knew something was going on. You had to make a decision. Like maybe you didn't have all the facts, but intuitively you knew how you felt and you knew you had to take action. Emphasis on you knew how you felt. 3 of Swords. Like, the Moon and the Page of Cups. Like maybe for some of you there were like some text messages found or something, and you realized that somebody wasn't as stable in building the same thing that you thought you were building together. I kind of feel like this was Spirit kind of planting those seeds. Maybe you had dreams, right, with the 9 of Swords, like waking up in the middle of the night just feeling like something was off. And I was gonna say, like, Scorpio, I don't think you're the type of person to go through your partner's phone, but if any sign was the type of person to do that, it would be you motherfuckers. So respect. I mean, like, I personally am like, if I feel the need to go through your phone, I have everything I need to know that like something's off, and I'm just gonna take whatever actions I would take without receiving that information. But it seems like curiosity got the best of the cat a little bit here, and you found some shit you wished you hadn't. And I'm sorry, that sucks. That sucks. But hopefully now from this experience, you can kind of take what I had just said with you and be like, if you feel illusion around a situation, if you feel like your intuition is popping off, that's enough. That's enough proof, that's enough evidence, that's enough information for you to distance yourself from a situation. Dog, especially being a Scorpio, like you guys rule the underworld, you have a very strong link to the subconscious. So if you're picking something up, don't you dare doubt that, you know? Like unless you know you're diagnosed with some kind of like paranoid whatever, you know? This is for people who know when they're getting that gut feeling, and know that anytime they ignore that gut feeling, they go, fuck, why did I ignore that? You know, I think that's where you're at right now. But don't harp on that, because even if you did have to go far and find the information, and now it's like the weight and the gravity of the proof is really what's getting to you, it's okay, because you got yourself away from it, right? You got yourself out of it, or your work. Scorpio, hey, sorry about that. Your video just completely stopped after I said, like, you're getting yourself away from it, or trying to. So I don't know if someone is making it an issue for you. Let's take a look at that. Knight of Swords, the Devil. Okay, yeah, someone either like really doesn't want you to leave, or is being very aggressive and assertive in their I'm just hearing assertive in their shittiness. Yeah, they're determined to make you have to give to this situation. For those of you that this was a divorce and there are like children and shit involved, like my heart really goes out to you, dude, because it seems like you're having to deal with a really special kind of a-hole. But they don't want you focused on that. You know what? The video stopping really like tripped me up here, Scorpio. Magician, it's manipulation. Someone is going to manipulate your energy because they want to work together. They want to keep the team together. So whether this is work or a relationship, like they're determined to keep the band together. Why? Page of Wands, Page of Swords. Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands. They want what you have. Hierophant. Hang on, I gotta like collect myself because I'm getting a little too mad at this person, and people are people and everyone's got a little good in them, even though this person's showing up like an asshole. And I'm wanting to punch them in the face for doing this to my Scorpios. I love Scorpios, by the way. I'm a Capricorn, and you know the expression like born under a bad sign, that talks about you and me, buddy. So I love you guys because I know that you have a depth and a seriousness and a purpose that not a lot of other signs have. You know what? I'm gonna light you a new incense because I think that might be why we don't feel like the full protective wrath of spirit right now, because I'm like, why am I getting so angry? And I don't know if it's being protective of your energy or if it's me picking up on this person's energy. So we're gonna ask spirit to kick them the fuck out. Get that MF out of here. Did I not leave you lit long enough? See, there's something happening here. They don't want you to see clear. All right. Let's continue. Sorry about that, Scorpio. And maybe you need to do that for yourself too, like a little bit of a reset in dealing with this person, especially if this is a divorce, because we do have the Hierophant on the bottom of the deck and the Four of Cups. Like, do whatever work you can to keep yourself like apathetic to this situation, to keep it from affecting you. Because like, see this flower lady, she's focusing on the 3 cups on the ground and not the one being handed to her. 333 on the clock when I said that. I feel like this is you focusing on your own things and just refusing to give this person access to yourself. And I think that's a really, really, really good idea. Because then we have the Page of Wands, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Wands. It's like they want you to mature them. They want you to, like, they see the power in you. They see the light. They see everything that everybody else sees, but they want it for their own gain, not to be able to appreciate it for like the art that it is in this person they get to be around. Okay, so that also being said, I want to look at these 3 cards now from your lens and not this other person's. Do they have a drug problem? My nose is like itching like crazy, so I don't know what's going on. But there's something about you radically maturing. The Queen of Wands, the Page of Wands to the Ace of Swords to the Queen of Wands is like no more playing small. And no more being afraid to stand out. It's like owning your power. Because listen, again, when it comes to Capricorn and Scorpio and other signs too, but I'm going to focus on those two for right now. When you try to not stand out, that is when people are suspicious of you. Because there's big dick energy and then there's Capricorn and Scorpio energy. You know what I mean? There's like big dick in charge energy, okay? Whether you're male, female, both or neither, okay? So like just swing that energy, swing it around like the hammer it is. Sorry to be so phallic, but like that's kind of what it is. Like wield your power, because you wouldn't be born under that sign if you weren't supposed to create significant shifts and shake people up. Let's get some advice and then we'll get the likely outcome. The advice is the Hanged Man. Stay, and the King of Pentacles. Keep this person suspended. Keep them stuck. Keep them in a reflective period. Yeah, Two of Swords underneath. Let them be confused. Let them be stuck. Let them not know what you're up to. You don't owe this person transparency for where you're going when you both know it's going to be different paths. I also feel like this person is very stuck, and just accepting that to align to a stuck person is to choose to be stuck yourself. And I hope you don't choose that fate for yourself, the Moon. The eclipses, that's why I was like, why do you keep showing me the Moon? Queen of Swords. Put these boundaries in place. You know, it's eclipse season. We have the full moon in Pisces on the 7th. We have the new moon, also eclipse in Virgo. I think it's the 21st, 22nd. Sorry if I'm wrong. But Spirit very much wants you to eclipse this person out so that you can level up. Like that's very, very, very clear here. What's the likely outcome? 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. It looks like you do it. You do it expertly. 9 of Cups, 9 of Pentacles. Holy shit. Like these are the cards of like individual fulfillment. Like, you know what? I don't need you to get me there. I'm going to get myself there, and watch how much faster I get myself there. The 9 of Cups, man, that's just like joy. That's all like celebrating all the things that you have for yourself, like internally, like, oh, I've kept an innocence about me. I have my joy. I have my friends. I have my interests. I have my plants, my this, my that, like whatever it is that makes you feel full of heart. And then the 9 of Pentacles makes you feel full in your environment. Like, thank you for all this abundance around me. Look at that full fridge. Look at all that closet full of beautiful clothes. Look at all the opportunities coming my way. And you're gonna feel fiery as fuck when they come in. So and then King of Cups on the bottom. And then in time, because I know most of you are like, when is she gonna get to the next person? And I'm not that kind of reader. If I'm helping you get someone out of your energy, don't you dare ask me to bring another person into your energy. It's about getting back to you, okay? And then we can read on that next person. But not all in one reading, baby, Nah, we make this space, we set the intention, we work on the manifestation, and then we appreciate it coming in. We're not gonna rush through. Like that drives me nuts when I do relationship readings for people. They're like, well, can you just tell me, like, is someone else gonna come in or am I gonna be alone? And it's like, you didn't hear anything I just said then, if that's your question, because you should be excited about being alone because you're getting a course correction that was killing you. that was completely asphyxiating your soul. Now you have time to love yourself the way you've been wanting to be loved, and you want to know when the next person's coming in? No, dog, no. So I want to say, when the next person comes in, it'll be good, but you got some work to do first. You got to shed this person. You got to, like, you know, got to boss up a little bit. Make sure that you are aligned with what your actual worth is, so you don't just call in the same kind of nincompoop. Okay, Scorpio? Sorry to end your reading on a little bit of a knuckle slap there, but just keep working on manifesting. We have the Magician and the Six of Swords as your final message, and then the Six of Cups. So they're like, no, bitch, you're not going to be alone forever, but stop focusing on that. Because then if you're always future focused, then you're not present, okay? And it's like they're wanting to get you out of the past and into the present, and I feel someone being like, but I want to be in the future. And it's like, well, I don't know what to tell you if that's the perspective you want to take, because the only way to the future is to be in the present and remain present, and you just find yourself there. So keep manifesting a path away from this situation, and trust that any replacements for anything you would lose, persons, places, or things, would come back to you in better quality. But please don't let that be the main thing you take away from this reading, okay? I love you, Scorpio. Thank you for being here. Please hit that thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. It really does help me out, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.